That kind of thing's not that great. Like, it's definitely a bad look for Westerners. Not just in Japan, I think internationally in general too. Like, traveling anywhere, if you're trying to cheat the system and get by things for free and that, it's not a good look for travelers. Yeah, especially in Japan, I feel like where Japanese people may be a little bit more close-minded towards Westerners, and doing this sort of thing is just throwing like fuel on the fire, making a situation worse than it needs to be. And like, I'm sure, like, obviously there's a lot of people that do the right things, but it's the ones that do the ones that do it once in a blue moon. They're the ones obviously that get in the media, and you know, that's what everyone sees. So it definitely brings or leaves a sour taste in people's mouth about the whole thing. I personally don't get it, because it's like, it's not that expensive.
They can buy JR pass, right?
Yeah. Like, if you are using Shinkansen quite a bit, then obviously you can get the JR pass, and it's quite it's like really good value, for sure. But I feel like even just catching trains in general is still, especially compared to a lot of other countries, it's very cheap.
Like Melbourne, like our train system is terrible, and then you come here,
Yeah.
and there's a reason that it's so easy to use.
Ours is shocking and costs more.
Even when I was living in Melbourne, there is a tram, right?
Yeah.
And then some people doesn't tap.
A lot of people do that.
In Melbourne.
Because nobody cares. Whereas I think it's good that people care here, because that makes the system work and people stick to the system.
You need to respect the system.
Not
great. And then to go as far, obviously, like this YouTuber is making videos about, you know, how to do this kind of thing, and almost encouraging people to kind of do it is, it's not a good look for sure.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's bad example, especially because there are influencers, I think. And today we are a lot with our phones, and young people also who don't travel a lot because it's their first time, just see that and said, oh, we must try that because we don't have a lot of money, so let's do that if it's possible, maybe. And it's really not a good example at all.
No, it's traveling abuse. They don't respect the country they go to. Any kind of country you go to, there's codes, there's people acting in some ways you have to follow somehow.
You have to respect.
It's respect, that's it.
Just respect.
It's respect.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
We really don't like this kind of behavior, and we are kind of like uncomfortable seeing that happening. Like, oh my God, what are you doing? Who are you to do that?
They are anti-influencer. Maybe influencer should take that example to say those people don't have to exist, but have to stop that immediately.
Or maybe they just want bad buzz for notoriety,
bad buzz.
You know?
Yeah, was bad buzz could be perfect. I remember many memories in Japan when there was small places in bar or restaurants. Sometimes 3 or 4 big guys talking very loud and pissing everyone off.
Like they own the place, you know? I own the place.
Often tourists who don't have the conscience that you're in a different country, it's different culture. Everyone is here to be calm, quiet, have a drink, and eat with their friends or their families. If you come and you're screaming or being rude or anything, it's crazy. It's bad education.
It's bad education, and it's bad example for Japanese who liked tourists before, and then just can't bear them because of some people like them. It's kind of the same like the backpacker. You know?
Backpacker is the same.
You know this?
It's not backpacker, but begging to travel. Yeah.
You know, people who.
Backpacker.
It's called backpacker. It's tourists who travel with a backpack and go to places always like
May-
kind of
maybe
poor places and beg for
temples.
money to continue their trips.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So it's really
And they are not poor people.
Without any kind of busking or something, just like begging.
no, they're like
Yeah.
doing like a song or say, okay, give me some money for continuing my world tour. You know, yes, but if you can afford this, just don't do that and don't ask money to people who are really poor, or even if they are not poor.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cultural way. Some places, some country, you have to give people who beg because it's cultural and it's and they do that and it's insane.
Yeah. It's totally unrealistic.
But for me, it's the same like influencers who said to every people who saw them in Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and said, okay, it's good, you know, I can do that, so you can do that too, you know.
Yeah, it's
traveling in
crazy.
Japan is not so expensive if you do like me, you know. Don't do that. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, it's crazy
all.
because it's very a peaceful, safe, and good country to travel.
Yeah.
Every people is kind and very, comment on dit, accueillant, very
Welcoming.
warm, welcoming, and there is always a good experience. Every
Yeah.
time I came in Japan, it's always a good experience, and you make friends for a night or a day anyway. But it's, I don't know. So it's crazy to me to be
Yeah.
bad that much in good country. There is not bad country, but
Yeah, and we don't
it's
want
crazy.
we
It's
don't want
unrespectful.
Japanese to switch their way of living because of people
Yeah.
like them, to switch their welcoming, their touristic places because of bad behaviors.
Yeah.
A lot of tourists can do.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not the
normal.
case of every countries actually. Yeah, by
And then-
traveling, there's not that much country where people take care of each others.
Yeah,
But
like,
Japan is
we
a
came
perfect
from France,
example.
so we know that French people are really awful to tourists.
Yeah.
So-
we're not that much good welcoming.
Not good,
I
not
have
good
a good
example.
like experience even in Paris.
Really?
Yeah, even
Yeah.
in Paris. Wow.
But this
You're
is-
lucky.
Because we love Japanese people.
Yeah, Japanese
Yeah,
people
we
know
have the
that. But-
cooking in common, the style, the way of life, the architecture, the loving of nature, different landscapes, a lot of different landscapes. So I think we have a lot in common with Japanese.
But we have a piece of culture
Yeah,
that
we-
you don't have.
we maybe are too proud and not.
We don't want to help in the street. It is awful. Sometimes you see people like this.
And we're running
people are
away.
Just like, don't look at me. I don't want to. No. Just help him. It's okay. Just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So be good to Japanese people, please.
French people be good too.
Everyone, be good.
Please.
Everywhere you go, you travel, be good. That's it.
They were so kind. I mean, I was drinking the wine beside of Seine River.
The Seine.
Yeah, and then I don't have an opener, unfortunately. So I asked them like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
but-
can I borrow?"
You know, it's alcohol. So French people always,
Yeah.
find a way to figure it out with
Yeah.
alcohol. So it's not
When
a
it's
good
time
example.
to drink, when it's time to drink, all
Well,
French people
yeah.
drink.
It's
I
wine. Don't worry, I got you. It's wine. I got you.
Okay.
You know.
If you don't drink, you're not French really. You're
Yeah.
weird people to French people.
You do the apéro.
I don't know why, but that's it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you so much. It's so nice. Yeah, sorry. Why are you guys enjoying traveling in Japan?
It's
Like-
our second time here.
This is
Yeah.
our second time in
Oh, really?
Japan. We came once before about 5 years ago.
Oh, before COVID? Or-
Yeah, before COVID.
Mm.
And I got to say the best thing, the one thing I enjoy the most about Japan is definitely the food.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
food is great.
But I like Parma as well.
Oh yeah, you
Can't
can't
go wrong,
can't
yeah.
beat a Parma, yeah. So yeah, the food I think as well, and I think my favorite thing, especially in Tokyo or just anywhere in general, really, is like I don't like to make plans and sort of plan out what I want to do. I just will go out walking and explore, and I think that's the best way to kind of experience Japan. You just take a left or a right down some alley you haven't been before, and you'll end up finding a really cool bar or an izakaya or something like that. And I think that's the best way to do it, because if you try and look up best places to go and stuff, sure, there's good things, but I think that's kind of the more popularized, more tourist-centric kind of stuff. It's not like true Japan kind of thing. I think it's a good experience is just to go out and just explore for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Then you can come as many times as you want, but you still won't see.
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
There's just so much to see.
Yeah. You could come to Tokyo and spend a whole month in Tokyo and you wouldn't even scratch the surface.